First and foremost is make sure that you communicate with the client, that they understand the results that they can expect from the time that they have given you. Clients are very, very, very prone to saying, here is my lovely 4-bedroomed house. I have 2 dogs and I would like you to clean it in 2 hours a week. You're not going to be able to do it. Be realistic. Say to them, that's not a problem. Now, as you can appreciate, big house, I'm not going to be able to get to all of it in 2 hours. So what would you like me to prioritise? What are the things that matter to you? And ask that anyway, no matter what. Because then you know there's no point you spending absolutely hours making sure that the kitchen is immaculate and gleaming when the thing that really bothers them is the cobwebs on top of the curtains because they can clean their own kitchen. All that stuff, communication really matters. Make sure that you let clients know. A good thing for them to do, if they're not going to be there when you get there, is ask them, say, every week, if there's something you'd like me to pay attention to or that's bothering you or whatever, can you just leave me a note? And it's great because you walk in and you get little notes that say things like, I set light to a lasagna in the oven last night. Can you deal with that? And you find out immediately rather than opening the oven 5 minutes before you're due to leave, thinking it needs a quick wipe as it normally does to discover there's 3 hours work in the oven. Make sure that you're paying yourself a living wage. The most important thing to do if you are self-employed is factor in taxes and national insurance if you're in Great Britain, but whatever, all your costs, what it costs you to live, your rent, your gas, your electric, the time that you are spent doing your books as well, because there is costs involved in running a business that when you're a cleaner, you don't just turn up and clean, that there are other things involved. If you provide your own supplies, you have to buy them, you have to clean them, you have to maintain them. There is space between jobs. So work out how many hours a day or a week you are capable of working. And bear in mind, please, cleaning is a physical job. It's tiring. So don't overwork yourself at first because you will be stunned how tired you will be if you're doing it properly. Then work out how much it costs you to live and divide the amount of time, the amount of your living by the amount of hours you can work, and that will give you an hourly figure that you need to earn, because otherwise you're working for nothing. There is no point working all hours that God gave for £300 when you need £500 to live. You'd be better off going and sitting on your bum at the supermarket scanning goods because you could get the money. So that's really important. Make sure that you can pay your tax. In the UK, self-employed people pay their tax. I have to pay my tax for the last financial year, which is 22-23, at the end of January. As it happened, I paid it about a week ago. And there are various ways of doing that. But one thing I have done is I put money into a savings account and I lock it up, the highest interest account I can find that I can't withdraw from until about this time next year, and I will put as much as I can into there, so when it does come to paying my taxes, I have the money there, that I have paid those taxes out of this financial year. That way you don't get any nasty fright. And the more important thing is this year, next year, I might not earn anywhere near the amount of money that I have this year. You know, I've earned enough to live this year. I might not be able to do that at all next year. I could be really ill, or anything could happen. And then there's this big tax bill and no money to pay it. And believe you me, the taxman will get their bill no matter what. They will have my liver out of my dying corpse to get their money, even if I'm using it. So keep an eye on that. That's really important. Communication. Make sure you pay yourself enough money. Now, the other thing is be discreet. You will find out a lot about your clients, again, if you're doing it properly. Don't gossip. Nobody likes to gossip, and they will find out, and you will get fired. And you won't get employed again because they will tell other people that you're a gossip, and they won't employ you either. Everybody has secrets they don't want to find out, and the cleaner will probably know them. You really don't want a gossip. Nobody does. And trust me on this one. Keep your opinions to yourself. If you're meeting your clients, be personable. be aware that you may meet dogs and cats. I usually have gravy bones or cat biscuits about my personage. I don't overfeed other people's cats and dogs, but if I'm going into a house with a dog, which I frequently do, I want that dog to regard me as an unalloyed good thing. I do not want that dog suddenly getting a bit funny about me when I'm on my own in the house. Believe you me, the most important person on any house I've ever done where I'm on my own is the dog. As long as the dog thinks I'm brilliant, I'm good. And I have never been bitten. Not by other people's dogs. Bit my own dog, but not by other people's dogs. So yeah, start there and see how you get on. But pay yourself enough money or it's not worth doing.